Good evening. My name is Shavika. So thank you for joining us today. We'll be starting our webinar. So as you know that Vartna is doing the series of webinar for school leader, and today we'll be doing and discussing about students falling behind and parent engagement can make a difference in supporting school as well as student. So far we have done a lot of webinars as part of the series, and couple of days back we have done webinar on simple strategies to bring kindergarten kids to school, strategic leadership, and why, what, and how it is important. And today we'll be discussing on that. But before we start, the other is we'll be issuing the participation certificate to the participants to those who have attended the webinar throughout, and also have filled the feedback form towards the end. So just ensure that you're filling the feedback form towards the end. Then only we'll be able to issue participation certificate to you. So as we all know that parent engagement is quite crucial, and especially when we are entering in the new academic year from April, it's important to engage them and bring parents on the same page to ensure that the academic success of student is getting achieved as well as the school goal. So let's start and see what we have in today's agenda. So today we'll start with introduction and session objective, parent orientation engagement and its important. Then we'll see how to understand parents and some effective strategies to increase parent engagement, empowering parents as partners, Varthana's program, followed by feedback and closing. So let's see and start with an introduction. For introduction, I'm going to launch a poll here to understand the participant profile. I'm going to launch the poll for 30 seconds. Please opt for your option, answer, and submit the poll response. Thank you, everyone. So we have teachers mostly and some principals and some school leaders who have joined us today. So let's move on and say that what is the today's session objective. So today we'll be focusing on understanding parent orientation and engagement and its importance, and we'll be also exploring and understanding of parents, how schools can understand parents, and some of the strategies to engage and empower parents. So let's move on and start by reflecting that we all know that parent involvement is important. If you agree to me, please put it in Q&A section. Yes, I got one response. Yes, parent involvement is important. According to some a research study, there's this data shows that where the parents are supportive and both the parents are involved, the student performance is likely improved by the student consistently achieve A grade, and the student is enjoying in the school 52% more than what they used to do earlier. And where the parents are disengaged, the result and the outcome is not that great. So the data clearly shows that where there is parent engagement, the performance and the learning outcome as well as the mental well-being of a student is good. So it clearly shows that it's important. But before we move and see what it is and how we can do it, let's discuss few crucial things. So before we are entering in the academic year, and we all know that it should start with a parent orientation session where you take through the parent and orient them. So I would like to know it from you that do you provide any orientation session for parents in the beginning of the year? You can again raise your hand and put it in Q&A section. Do you do parent orientation session when you start your academic year? Okay, I've got one response as yes. Now I want to get response on this, that how do you do it, and what are the few things you cover in your parent orientation session? So when you do the orientation session, what do you do in that? What are some of the themes or topics or agenda you cover? Okay, so we'll be talking about that how you can do the parent orientation session, which is crucial, and we'll also see that how it adds a lot of value for school as well as parents. If a parent orientation session is conducted in the beginning of the academic year, generally it's in the beginning of the academic year to set the tone for the academic year and keep parents in loop and also get the required support from them. So let's see and understand what is parent orientation. We'll start from a basic understanding of it's an opportunity for school to introduce parents with what they are doing, where they want to go, what are the goals they have, what are some of the policies they have for the parents. So giving them a brief detail, parents a brief detail about what school is and what is the vision mission of the school. So maybe in 5 years down the line, I want to have 100% pass percentage for my school. So that is something I can share in the parent orientation program, which will build more trust with my parents. And they know that they have got admitted their kid in a good college. So it's important to communicate such informations to the parent through orientation program. And it can also be used as a platform to talk about further growth strategy. So as a school, if I want to introduce coding in my school, and how I'm looking forward to implement some of the NAP recommendations in the school, these strategies and initiative can be introduced to the parent. So somewhere in between the academic year, they won't show a lot of reluctance related to that. So it's a good opportunity to do through parent orientation. Other is it will also give a platform for parents to raise their voice to the administration, maybe related to how they are taking care of the safety measure of a kid or health and hygiene within school. So this is a mutual opportunity for school and parents to understand each other. Uh, let's understand, as I've said, that it's important. The involvement is important. Let's talk that why orientation in the beginning of the academic year is important. So, as I said, that it builds the transparency, authenticity, and credibility about the school. That parents build that trust that okay, school is keeping me posted about the things. What are the changes? Policy is gonna be there. So it definitely helps parents to sort of trust school more. The other is it gives visibility. A parent will be aware that whatever promise or whatever commitment I have done as a school to them is achieved, or I'm at least planning, I have a plan as a school to achieve that. It also sets the tone for the academic year, that how it's going to look like for school, student and parents, and where parents can involve and support better. So for example, if a parent is aware that there would be a math olympiad which school is going to conduct, so they'll be aware of their role and responsibility, that how as a parent they have to prepare the kid for the math olympiad. So it's important to do this. The other is, if in case parents wants to, school wants to start any initiative or wants to do something different, they'll get the support from school for this. Parents for all kind of initiatives which school is planning to undertake. So it's important to do the parent orientation. So I would like to again hear it from you, that what do you think, what are some of the things which you should be covering in the parent orientation? Or what are some of the agendas or things which you can do in a parent orientation when students are shifting to the new academic year? Okay. So let's move and see that what are some of the elements of a parent orientation program. What are some of the things you can cover in the parent orientation program? So as usual, you can start with the arrivals and introduction. You can set up a registration desk and get some basic information gathered from parents, and do a quick round of introduction with the parents, followed by agenda. Discuss the agenda as I've discussed in the initial stage of this webinar when I was starting it, that what we'll be talking about and what we'll be covering. It's important to communicate that, so a person is able to decide whether whatever is being discussed is of some use for them or not, and will be aware that what is gonna happen or what are the things which will be talking about. Followed by a talk by an expert. It's always a good idea to get an expert advice. So maybe you can arrange a motivation talk by an expert, that how parents are crucial for child socio-emotional growth, or maybe a session or half an hour talk by expert on NEP, and how what NEP is talking about parental involvement, or health, and how a parent can ensure that a child is being safe at home as well, and the utmost and can take care of health and hygiene at most at home, and also do the same when a kid is coming to the school. So an expert talk can be arranged to add value in the orientation program, followed by a presentation on school related to what you'll be doing and all. And I'll be like covering this part in the next slide. So I'll be talking about that, what are the things you can cover in the presentation, followed by Q&A section. Once you have done the presentation, show the parent that what are the things you'll be doing and covering. You can just ask them if they have any question, followed by a tour of the campus. So this is a good fresh start in the new academic year, where parents get to see the amenities, infrastructure, the teachers, interact with them, and see all these things. So that also definitely build trust, and it will also help to mouth publicity. Once these parents will see it in school, there's a high possibility that they'll probably go out and share the same with other parents. So a tour of the campus is quite crucial, and once the parent is familiar with the environment, it would be easy and comfortable for them to engage in future. The other is feedback is really important in the parent orientation. This is the time where you can gather feedback and understand that what are the things which you can modify, or what are the things you need to work on as a school to ensure that the parents are satisfied and what they're looking for word for their kids for the academic year. So these are some of the elements which you can these are some of the things which you can cover in your orientation program. So let's move and see that what you can cover in the presentation which you'll be presenting to the parents. So you can start with school vision, mission, and values. So maybe my school vision is to uh, grow or 2x time than where I am right now. My mission is to achieve 100% 10th result, and I want all my students to pass by first division. The value I want to inculcate as a school is honesty and integrity. So you can share this with your parents and just show them that the school is focusing on the long term growth and of the child, and they can continue sending the kid to the same school year by year. And not only academic development is happening, the behavioral aspect is also improving in the school. So manners are being inculcated in the student when they are coming to the school. Some of the achievements of previous year: what was the 10th pass percentage, how many students are performing good, what are some of the competition schools have participated, and where they have won, are there any inter-college inter-school opportunities student may get, or what sort of sports activity or uh, participation a student may get to participate and achieve. So you can just share about these achievements from the previous year, or the journey from the opening of the school, and how the school expanded, and how in future also they have planned to do further expansion. Also to set the academic target of the coming year, what are some of the programs. So as I said, that maybe as a school I want to start coding recommended by NEP from 5th standard. So this is what I'm looking for. What sort of support will be required, what sort of resources will be required from parents, because maybe a basic computer and internet connectivity. So it's important to have some clear targets, that what are some of the things which you are looking to achieve, what are few of the things you are looking to include, and how parents can support you in the process. Example I've already given. The other is introduction of teaching and non-teaching staff. So you can also, in part of your presentation, you can maybe introduce teachers and parents and non-teaching staff with parents to build this cordial relationship between them. So there can be further clear communication in future. The other is provide a school diary, maybe some personalized note on note for the parents, and admiring and appreciating their efforts as a parent, what they are doing, and a clear code of conduct that maybe more than 70% of absenteeism leads to the student won't be able to sit for the exam if there is absenteeism for more than 70 or 80%. So clear code of conduct needs to be set and communicated through the presentation. And followed by, you can talk about academic calendar, when you will be having the events, when you will be doing the PTA meetings, when there are some engagement plans and programs for parents, what are some of the holidays which are there. So this can be part of it, and followed by homework test schedules, that what sort of homework you assign, when will be the examinations and all, and followed and some extracurricular activities for parents as well as students. So maybe an awareness campaign, uh, if you are doing so, or if you're planning to do some extracurricular activity. So as a school, I may want to take my parents and student for a picnic, or for a outdoor trip. So any of these things can also be shared through the presentation. So now we have covered that in the beginning of the academic year, it's important to orient the parent to set the tone for the entire year. It's crucial. And the ways to do, there are some elements which you can include in doing the parent orientation, and how you can make an effective presentation for the parents. Now I would like to move on and understand from you that, okay, this is what we'll do in the initial stage of the academic year, maybe in month of April, or after summer vacation, whenever you kickstart your academic year. But I would want to know it from you that, do you think engaging only in the beginning of the academic year through orientation is sufficient, or do you also engage with your parents throughout year? If yes, how do you do that? Okay, I'll ask in simple way. Do you do PTA meeting for your parents? Okay, thank you. Yes, I think PTA meeting is the most common form of engagement which we do. But I also want to hear that the kind of outcome which we want to achieve from the PTA meeting, do you think you are able to achieve that, or you can do it better as a school? So yeah, someone responded that yes, the outcome which we desire to achieve through a PTA meeting is being achieved. Let's like as I said, that it's important to understand and engage parents throughout year. So let's move ahead and first understand what is parent engagement along with the orientation. Orientation is also part of the parent engagement, but there are other aspects of it as well. So parent engagement is basically a shared responsibility between parents and school to to commit to reach out and indulge in meaningful way and actively support each other to ensure the holistic learning of children, holistic children and learning and development. So parent engagement is important. It's a responsibility and a commitment between school and parents, where a parent is committed to ensure that they are participating and involving, and the school is committed to ensure that they are creating opportunity for parents to participate. So these engagements are mostly done through meetings, associations, forming association or committees, program and virtual connection. Let's understand some of its important of parent engagement. Earlier we have discussed the importance of parent orientation. Now we'll be talking about, apart from orientation, the engagement which we should continue doing throughout the year with the parent. So a lot of research shows that there's a strong relationship between parent engagement and educational outcomes. So if there is high involvement or parent involvement, there's better educational outcome, and the tech score improves depending on the level of engagement a parent is showing with the kid in the house and in school as well. And then also research shows that it also promotes a lot of positive culture and positive health among children. They feel more safe, secure at home, and they feel being heard at school and at home, and see the collaboration between parents and school. The other is, it also boosts the socio-emotional growth of a student. So a student who is happy at home and is feel the sense of safety and security, exhibit a lot of positive behavior, and develop social skill, which is the need of 21st century uh, for any sort of work you're looking for. And the other is, again, you'll definitely get all the support from the parents if they are in loop and they are aware that it's for their and their kids benefit. So let's move and see some of the benefits of parent engagement. Here again, I would like to hear it from you, that as a school, what do you think, how it would be useful for you to do the parent engagement? Do you think there's any benefit for school to do the parent engagement? Okay, let's move and see some of the benefits. One of the benefits is low absenteeism. So again, there's a lot of research shows that low absenteeism sort of demoralizes teacher in the classroom, and that will ultimately impact the learning outcome of the student. So it's important to ensure that the student is coming to the school, and parent engagement ensures that there's low absenteeism, and kid is more regular, and they're not falling behind in the learning as well when there is regular attendance. The other is high retention, as we all are aware that low absenteeism may also leads to dropout from the school when kids don't feel that they are able to cope up with what is being taught in the school. And also parents lack of engagement impacts parents morale and trust on the school, and there's a possibility of them shifting the kid to the other school. So if there's a better engagement between school and parent, the retention is also high, and that definitely impact the cash flow of the school. So low absenteeism, high retention means more enrollment, and the students, they are not moving out, will impact your cash flow and earnings, and that will help you to improve your operations as well as infrastructure, which will automatically lead to the holistic development of school and student. So these are some of the benefits for school. I would like to know it from you about the pay for the students. What are some of the benefits uh, are there for the students? Do you think there are some benefits for the student if school and parents are engaging? Okay, let's see some of the benefits for the students. So one benefit is direct impact on learning, because it helps student to feel confident, boost the morale, feel involved and valued in the school, and seen in the school, and that directly impact on the learning of the student. And it also helps student to better navigate their emotions, understand, reflect, and act wisely on their emotions. So it helps student to do better socio-emotional growth, and also increase confidence and motivation. So all these things are interconnected. So there's a lot of benefit attached to parent engagement for school and student, and that's why it should be part of one of our core focus area for academic year. And we should, as a school, we should consistently impact and measure the impact of parent engagement. So let's move on and discuss other things that we know. We have seen that parent engagement is important, why it is important, and some of the benefits for it for school and parents. But it's a challenging process, it's not easy. We all know that engaging a parent with the school and in child growth or school getting support in school initiative is not an easy task. Do you agree with me? You can put it in Q&A section. Do you think parent engagement is easy, or do you face challenges related to it? Interaction. Some parents are demanding. Yes, that's one of the challenge. Easy? No. Okay, someone said it's easy, and someone responded that no, it's not easy. So I would like to hear more that if it's easy, how you're managing to do so quite well. So we all do face some challenges related to parent engagement, and one of the teacher has said, or one of the school leader has said that it's easy. I would like to understand that what are the things you do to ensure that the engagement is effective. Yes, for friendly behavior, relationship buildings calms them down. That's one of the part. Yes, you're allowed to speak. For that, you have to raise your hand. I'll unmute you from my end, and then you'll be able to unmute yourself and then speak. Actually, we are connected on Zoho platform, and this is the process to do that. So to understand parents, it's to improve anything, any challenge related to parent engagement. You need to understand what they want, how they want it, identify why they're not participating in the parent engagement programs or PTA meetings which you are conducting. So it's important to understand that. So we'll next thing which we'll be focusing on is understanding parents, because that's the key of doing and intervening in strategizing and ensuring that there's better outcome in terms of engagement. So let's understand and see that how we can as a school understand parents. So understanding parents is crucial because it helps us to identify different barriers and different hurdles why there's less engagement or no engagement, and also promote parental involvement. As we have seen, it's quite crucial for school as well as student. So what are some of the things you are doing to understand your parents? Are you doing something? You can again put in Q&A section. Are you doing something to understand your parents better? Yeah, I can see Jasmine Chakravarti raising hand. I have unmuted you from my end. You'll be able to unmute yourself and we'll be able to share. Jasmine ma'am, if you want to share something, I have unmuted you from my end.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, you're audible.
Okay, very good evening. So, what I do in every PTM, I play a game at the end of the PTM. So, I just like recently, I have played a game with the parents. Like one day, if you want to wake up as a character, so which character are you going to pick? So, like that, interactive sessions I do with them, so that they open up with me. They feel more comfortable with me. They can share whatever problem they are facing, and also little bit of information I can get from them, that from what kind of background they are belonging. Okay, because I teach in an online school, so you can understand that virtual teaching is not an easy job. It's like we have to work really hard, like I mean, to get into the like whatever the parents are trying to confide, or like it is easy to get appreciation. However, if you do any mistake, the mail will also come, like as a complaint mail also. Parents are quite demanding because we provide inclusive education. So we need to be very friendly with them. We need to understand what are they looking for, and what are they demanding, what are they looking for, and also we focus on our priorities also, what are we providing. That's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your valuable inputs. So that's true. Like as you have mentioned that you do a small activity and try to gather some basic data. So it's important to understand, and there are ways to make parents comfortable and then understand. And you're doing it with the activity and post activity. So let's see that what are some of the ways. As ma'am have mentioned has mentioned that it's important to have some data related to parents. So it's important to know that who your parents are, what they want, how they want it. So you can do it with the help of a survey. You can conduct a small survey to understand parents and do a bit of data gathering for your school, and come up with some insight after seeing and analyzing the data. So it will help you to understand their preferences, options they're looking for, and that will ultimately lead to foster a better relationship. Some of the surveys which you can do is you can maybe just have a survey for general feedback, understanding that what parents think about your school, what are the things they like about your school. A need assessment survey, what are 5 things they want to have for their kid, or where they want to like see their kid 5 years down the line, or what sort of career growth or path they are looking for. And it can be event related feedback. So as a school, if I have conducted a webinar or workshop for parents, what they have thought about it. Are they finding it useful, or is there anything else I can do? So doing a survey will give you a lot of insight related to your parents' needs and preferences, and you'll be able to cater their needs and preferences better, and you'll be able to plan your engagement better. So it's important to know what they want and then engage your parents accordingly, instead of just randomly, doing PTA meeting without any agenda or particular outcome, or focusing on one theme again and again and making it repetitive and monotonous for your parents. And that's where you see the drop in the parent involvement, when they feel that the things are getting repeated. So one of the way is a survey. The other is a good way, though a bit time consuming, is through interview. So maybe you can take a sample size of parents and conduct an interview to deeply understand and get some deep insight. So for example, you have faced a issue that your curriculum is maybe getting a bit difficult for student to grasp, and you want to get some feedback from the parents. So maybe you can conduct an interview and have a deep conversation related to it. It can be a initial interview, like intake interview. So as I've said, that you want to choose a curriculum, the curriculum which you have decided or picked last year didn't work that well for your school. You may want to have more insights from the parents. If there's a progress related to student performance, and you want to hear that how the parent is feeling, and you can also use these interview uh, as testimonials for your marketing as well. And some parent satisfaction interview, again, this can be effectively used as a marketing tool for you. The other is focused group discussion. So it can be done by picking a particular topic and asking parents to talk about it and share whatever they know, what they have thought about it, what are some of the opportunities they have, or they think should be there for the students. So some of the topic can be in what sort of like what should be the medium of information and communication, what are some of the opportunities schools should create for parents to engage with, how schools can support or parent can support teach parents can support student overall well-being at home. So a focus group discussion is also a good idea to understand the parent, and then again it's important to plan engagement as per understanding. So moving on, I'll be covering some strategy. But please keep this a thing in mind, that you need to understand your parent and then apply those strategy depending on your parents' need. So let's move on and see how you can do a survey. So here, this is just a general survey. Though it's the entire report is general plus need assessment, that what are the things school can do better and what are some of the recommendations. So you can build a survey tool for yourself. Like you can just gather some basic parents detail, parents name, contact number. So you'll have a repository of their contact number, in which class the child is studying, and you can have all this data maintained online. Overall satisfaction, whether the parent is satisfied with the school, rate on the scale of 1 to 10. Would the parent recommend your school to the other parent? So that will help you to know that who are the parents who are satisfied and promoting your school. So some basic question around your infrastructure and facilities, quality of education, whether the school is engaging parent or not, teachers are friendly for the child or not, what sort of feedback a child is going back and giving about the teacher to the parent. So this is just a sample survey tool. Like this, you can make it for your school to understand your parent, and it's a good idea to start with this here. I'll also be showing a sample report to you. So here, as I've said, that once you have gathered some data, you can have overall satisfaction scores on the scale of 10. The school have got 7.5 rating. So this is the average parent satisfaction score. Parent will recommend status, whether the parent will recommend the school to the other parents or not. So 75% parents said yes, they'll recommend. 25 said no. So you know that these 25 parents, you need to work and understand that, do a need analysis of these 25% parents and see that what are the values they want to see in a school, and how as a school you can deliver it. A basic overview of that, and then a basic overview of infrastructure and facilities. What sort of infrastructure and facilities school have, the quality of education, what do parents think about the quality of education, how they are rating school managements, and what is the parent engagement, are they satisfied with the parent engagement or not. So here in this report you can clearly see that most of the parents are satisfied and with the infrastructure and management, but a school can definitely do better with quality of education and parent engagement. So now here, because of this report, it's the data gathering, and the report is clearly showing that quality of education and parent engagements are two areas which you need to focus on. So this is a tool which we have designed. If you're interested in this, you have to just sign up with us, and we'll do this survey for your school, and we'll generate this report and share it with you for your school. It's just that you have to support us and get the data collection done through your parents. So I'll show you this report quickly, though this is a dummy report. So you'll once the data collection is done, once the survey is done, you'll get to see a report like this. When was it's done, how many parents have filled the data, and some basic details, the survey outcome which I have shown you, some recommendations from our end, that if there's a need analysis, how your school can do better. So this is also which one thing which we are offering from our end. So if you are interested, please fill the feedback form towards the end. We'll be gauging your interest related to this, and then we'll connect with you for that. Or you can develop and design your own tool and do a survey for yourself. So it's easily done, or you can conduct a interview or FGD for your school. Just ensure that you are monitoring the data, talking and bringing the insight, working out your strategies around, and then ensure that there's a implementation of those strategies and proper monitoring. So as you have seen that it's important to understand parents and then formulate strategies. Now I would like to know it from you that what are some of these strategies you are using in your school to increase parent engagement. There are already in many schools parent engagement is there and it's working quite well. Do you have some specific strategies, or do you have any strategies to do these parent engagement throughout year? Okay. So far we have discussed that it's important how to understand parents. What are the things you can do to understand your parents? Now, see that once you have understand your parents, how you can fulfill their needs and some of these strategies for that. So let's start with some of these strategies which you can use to increase the parent engagement. The key strategy is effective communication. So to improve any sort of engagement, effective communication is the key. The other is we are living in this 21st century where technology is playing a major role. And it's also important to keep on upgrading parents along with students. So helping them to cope with technological change and moving ahead with this technological era. It's important, and you can leverage technology and social media a lot for the engagement, as well as you can promote yourself using these technologies and social media. The other key strategy is building personal connection. A personal connection will take you to a great extent and to a lot of success. So it's important to communicate effectively, build a personal relationship that will definitely impact your retention in the school and the overall growth. And word of it will also serve the marketing purpose of spreading your school brand and value, or communicating your value through word of mouth. So we'll be diving into these strategies. This is just an overview of it. So we'll start with the first strategy, effective communication. So we all know that for parent engagement, effective communication is important. What are the things you do to like ensure that the communication is effective, or what sort of communication you do with your parents? I would like to hear it from you. Do you communicate with your parents, and what things do you communicate? Okay. So some of the quick ways to communicate with the parent is sharing frequent updates and maintaining the transparency. So we are living in a world where the attention span is really short. If you're sending me maybe a two-page mail or a two-page diary note, I won't be able to pay attention to that. So it's important to have a crisp, short text or call, maybe a touch point call with the parent, and just say that, okay. So whatever you're drafting, just ensure that it's short and crisp and transparent. You can also put the updates and other stuff on a social media page or school portal, or through, like, there are a lot of ERPs which are there in the market, or you can also put it on your school website instead of spamming parents on WhatsApp group. So these are some of the things which you can do. The other is tailoring communication. So it's important to build a personal connection, and for that, a personalized and specific message make a parent feel that the school is involved and interested and paying attention to the kid. So small achievements can be sent in a diary note. For example, these are two behavioral improvement I'm able to see in your kid, or these are your kid is doing really well in the school or performing well in maths. So personalized diary note can also build a effective communication and connection between school and parent. And acknowledgement on social media, maybe you can put a 4 or 5 line uh, achievement which a kid have done. So maybe a kid have achieved 90% in maths, so you can just acknowledge that on social media. Because again, we are living in a world where motivation plays a major role, and you can do this through tailoring communication. The other is, it's important to give opportunity for involvement. So it's important for us as a school to involve parents in different events, like to give them the sense of involvement and ownership. Because many times what happen, a parent is sending a child to the school and they think that now the ownership or the responsibility uh, lies on school to do that. It's important to hold parents equally accountable, and for that you have to create an opportunity to indulge with them and ensure that they are taking the initiative and showing the ownership and the task which is assigned to them related to the kids. So you can do some small fun family day. There you can do some activities for them where a parent is involved, a sports day, some activity where a kid and where a child and parent can participate together. And that will also help them to bond among themselves. A picnic where one parent can get to talk and know and learn from other parent. College readiness, etc., for higher grades. So these are some of the opportunity for involvement which you can create for your parents. The other is parent teacher conference. So you can do regular conferences. Maybe you can call a outside speaker, or maybe one of your teacher can lead uh, these sessions. It can be on parenting skills or health and hygiene, how to support a kid at school, or how uh, early childhood education plays a major role in child holistic development. And some expert outside person as a speaker, you can invite them for a lecture on career guidance, where a parent will feel that the school is not only thinking about the present of the student but also preparing for the future. PTA meeting is also one of the crucial thing. But what happens with PTA meeting is sometimes the purpose of doing the PTA meeting is lost. So it's important to have, I'll be sharing a sample plan. So it's important to have a proper planned PTA meeting. So there are two types of PTA meeting. One is formal, other is informal. So you can have some PTA meetings with a formal objective, and things which you want to cover, and informal where a parent can freely walk in and share whatever they want. So this is just a sample of PTA meeting. So just decide a theme or objective, that what you'll be discussing. So here the theme is pre-test discussion. So you know that the objective is not getting lost when parents are coming, and even the parent is aware that why they are coming to the school. What type of PTA meeting? It's a teacher led, and there would be one-on-one discussion. It's not a group discussion or the entire classroom meeting or the entire school meeting. It's a one-on-one discussion. So this is just a sample. Some of the norms which both parent and teacher has to follow is, they'll talk only about the academics and not any other question apart from academics. So they won't be talking about the infrastructure related things or facilities which are there in the school. Agenda, when what they'll be doing. So they'll be talking about the learning level and how to prepare student for the upcoming test. The time slot will be allocated from 11 to am to 11:15. So it's a one-on-one discussion, one parent at a time for 15 minutes of this particular grade. So it's the purpose of showing this is, when you do a PTA meeting can be one of the best way to engage parents if planned and implemented effectively. But sometimes as a school, we don't plan it systematically, and the outcome get lost in between. So it's important to have that in place. The other thing, so here are some of the examples. Maybe you can do a PTA meeting to bridge the gap, where you just call parents and teacher, do a small activity, and ensure that there's a bond which is being developed between parent and the child. Managing behavior at home, you can take a session on how you can help student to manage their emotions and behavior and at home, and behave effectively. That will also save a lot of time for you as a teacher to manage the behavior in the school. Or classroom related meeting, something related to examination preparation, and what are some of the events which are coming up. So some of your PTA meeting can be around this. So it's important to have or to define that what you'll be covering in a PTA meeting, and what is the agenda, and conduct your PTA meeting in a planned way. So that will ensure the effective communication and definitely increase the involvement. Sometimes parents, as I said, that they may not aware that what they have to come for, then that sort of impacts their attendance in the PTA meeting. So it's important to communicate that clearly. So let's move on and see that how leveraging technology and social media, it would help you to engage with parents better. So you can have a platform to share information related to school and child growth, or also an application. As I've mentioned that there are a lot of ERPs out there in the market. But even if you don't want to have that, you can have a web page where you can put all your things. So you can share your online calendar in the beginning of the year, that what will you'll be doing. So a parent will be able to take out or block the time in their routine, that when they have to be present for the school, some events, holidays, and if basic information related to attendance and all, that can be done through ERP. It's also important to have some online resource center. So some resources, some tips and tools for parents to go through and understand by themselves. So as a school, it's difficult for you to keep on engaging in one-on-one discussion, or keep on doing things, direct intervention with parents. You can have a resource repository where a parent can visit and explore things according to their need by themselves. It can be some advice videos, school blogs related to child development or parent development, or how they can support. So this is one thing. The other is some virtual workshops and webinar. So for parent engagement, it's not necessary to call the parents at home or at school only. It's crucial. It definitely adds a lot of value. But you can also have a lot of online engagement or workshop for parents. So you can do some educational webinar where a parent will feel that school is taking and enhancing their understanding and supporting them and understanding the child better. So some of the session which you can arrange for your parents can be on parenting tips, academic support, how they can provide at home, even if they themselves not sure about it, or mental health awareness, or how to identify if your child is struggling with something. And you can also indulge parent in a lot of Q&A section. So it helps parents to and communicate and indulge and ask what they want to. Sometimes they shy away when they have to do it in a physical space, and it's a easy touch point. So maybe you can set up a contact center where school can call, parent can call and get information, or you can do a live Q&A section on different topics. So for example, summer vacation is just over and students are back to the school. So you can just maybe take some updates, or if parents have faced any behavioral issue or any challenges during summer vacation, some policy and procedure with school is changing. So for example, I want to shift my school timing from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. And for some of the parents, it's difficult to drop the kid at 10 a.m. So, but to know more about how they feel about it, and why it's important, or why you're doing this. So all these things can be covered. So the engagement not necessarily needs to happen in a physical space. It can also happen in virtual space in a planned way. So here also I'll be showing you one example, that what sort of resources you have. So maybe you can have a repository of some career counseling videos, digital literacy skill to succeed for your child, or some blogs on parenting tips, or creative way to boost your child vocabulary, how to teach kids on the power of kindness. So you don't have to directly invest a lot of time in engaging with the parents, but they're also upgrading themselves and moving on with the school, and supporting child growth at home and in the school. So you can have a repository like this. I'll be sharing a handout, we'll be sharing a handout with you, so you'll get these links. So this is just to give you an idea that what are the different ways or strategies you can use to engage your parents in. So I'm going to skip this part here. The videos are quite lengthy. You'll get the link so you can go through that. So the third strategy is building personal connections. So as I said, one of the reason parent don't come to the school, because they don't feel the connection there. They don't feel that comfort in connecting with the school, or discussing with the school. So it's important to build a relationship and rapport, and this definitely impacts the growth of the school. As I said, that this impacts the dropout, this impacts the retention, the cash inflow, everything of the school. So for building a relationship and rapport, a school can have a family fun day. You can organize some events where parents and student can participate. It can be cultural celebration, where you can also ensure that people from different culture and backgrounds are feeling included and feeling equal. So these things can be done, and they get also opportunity to represent their culture. So you can do some cultural uh, event to ensure that the diversity and inclusion is there, or a sports day. One of the ways doing that. The other very effective way of building the relationship is home visit. So conducting home visit, connecting with the family. Once you go and connect with them, next time they feel liable to come to school and engage, when they see this extra effort and effort taken by school, and for ensuring that the child learning should and must go. They'll themselves have this realization. During this home visit, you can also have a friendly chat with the parent. You can do a survey, a community march to create awareness in the community, or also map the community resources and see that how as a school you can help these people to utilize those resources in best possible way. So this is one way of doing it. It's also important to support and recognize parents. So, as a school, we indulge in parent engagement, but the overall recognition remains with either student or the school management or and teachers. There's no recognition for parents' effort, so it's important to recognize their efforts too, and and by doing different programs for them. So you can have a award ceremony for them. So for parents who have consistently turned up to a PTA meeting, or who have been part of SMC, school management committee, for 2-3 years, so voted as a SMC member for 2-3 years, any appreciation events to ensure that their efforts are being recognized. Parent empowerment workshop is also one of the way to support parents, and ensuring that there is a bit of understanding and support for the parents. And by for doing that, you can maybe support them with equal representation in the school community, to empower them. Some parents may not feel equally represented, or get the opportunity. So you can empower and support parents by ensuring that there is equal representation of the parent in the school community. So these are some of the things using which you can build a personal connection. So let's see one of the example for it. So maybe you can do a sports day where kids are invited, parents are invited. Some activities are designed for them to participate both. So it can be a musical chair activity, or a cricket tournament, or any small activity which parents are comfortable participating in. Conduct some games which is focused on them and their growth. And also ensure that they are giving some ideas, announce the win, recognize that they have done well and they have participated. That will motivate other parents to come and engage more and more with school. And you can put all these things on your social media page, or on your website, that what are some of the events which schools are conducting in building building personal connection and relationship with parents. So, as we have seen three strategies, we have talked about three strategies, which is effective communication. The other is leveraging technology and building personal connection. This will lead to enhance the parent engagement if done effectively. And there are multiple things which you can do in this. Here, I have just given you one examples. So you can plan as per your survey outcome. What do you want to do, and how do you want to engage? So let's move and understand. So do you think only knowing what is required, engaging is sufficient, or do we also need to empower parents? Do you agree with me or not? Do you think empowering parent is also important in the process, or only engaging is our responsibility as a school? Okay, so it's important to also empower and give the ownership and accountability in the process to the parents, where they feel that they're not only someone who's related to the school, they're part of the school. They need to have that ownership and a partnership with the school. So it's important to have a parent school partnership for schools to grow and students to grow. So let's see what is parent school partnership. So and how you can do it. Or you can create this partnership through collaborative projects. So instead of only you assigning some projects, or them doing it, or teachers doing all the tasks, you can have some collaborative projects and initiative where you take this joint responsibility of accomplishing a task. And also ensure that children are part of it. So some of the examples is you can do awareness campaign. Maybe you can do awareness campaign on rainwater harvesting, or uh, how to like rainwater harvesting, or how to effectively preserve your soil when you're doing farming. So different kind of topics you can pick for this awareness campaign. Or you can also do a community garden. Maybe you can have a space where people come and do the community gardening. They get to interact with each other, and they also have this sense of belongingness with the place. Or you can create this within the school premises if you have that access, or maybe on your terrace, school terrace, wherever it's accessible. But here is to build that partnership between a school and parent. You can also do a career fair where parents are responsible for making some arrangements. Teachers are responsible for ensuring that some career guidance organizations are or partners are coming and doing the fair. So that's there, or some colleges and schools are coming and opening and talking about the career opportunity which is there for the child. Literacy nights for parents. So many of the parents, they're not literate, or like you can just maybe have a collaborative project where one of the teacher can go and teach in the community once in a week or once in a fortnight. So these small initiative or projects can be done in collaboration to ensure that there is partnership which is being built. um, Parent advisory group, it's important to involve parents in decision making and take inputs from them and feedback related to different policies and programs which schools are implementing. So one of the best way to do is form a teacher association or a school management committee, because as a school you need to know that whether your parents are okay with the changes you are bringing or not, and they're also sort of right person to provide you input, because their kids are going to directly impacted because of any policies or programs you'll be introducing. So let's discuss that. I would like to know that, as I said, that it's important to have a school committee, like a school committee or a teacher association. So, do you have a teacher association or school management committee in your school where parents and teachers are part of it? Yes, someone responded. Empowering is important. Yes, indeed. So, to empower, we can form a committee where teachers and parents are part of the committee and take certain responsibility. Do you have such committee in your school or association, teacher association, teacher parent association? Okay. So, if not, there are some certain functions which these parent teacher association can effectively do. I'll talk about that. So, the parent teacher association, it's important to have them form a committee of some members, involve them in decision making, and you can do it for a year, and next year you can form a different member committee. So you'll also get diverse perspective in the process, and your like these member will be responsible for assessing your infrastructure, resources, and raw development plan, because as a school owner you may not have time to go through all this, and may struggle to uh, assess everything. So you can definitely take the help of school management committee to do so. These committees are also responsible for scheduling agenda and engagement. So whatever the strategies or engagement which we have covered, that you can do these things or these events, you can take the help of school management committee to do so. So they'll be responsible for these meetings and communicating these things to the parents, ensuring that the parent and school partnership is going on. But the major role of these committees are contributing in decision making and strategy formulation, because they'll directly bring parents perspective in it. And it's important to have some parents in the school management committee along with the teachers. So let's do a case study. So, for example, as I said, that there's a role in the various role school management committee can play. So there's one case study. So there's one school, school one. There's a proper drinking water facility, and it should be ensured for student, and water quality should be tested regularly. School parents should be informed that whether the school student is coming to the school in clean outfit or not. Educate girls student on menstrual hygiene with the help of ASHA. So this is another set of tasks. Ensure clean toilets and availability of soap, napkins, and etc. And annual day or monthly plan or budget may be prepared for the purpose. So committee also advise school teachers to arrange a meeting with the parent and underperforming students. So, what do you think? What school management committee can do in such case? What would be their role? if you have a school management committee or parent teacher association, what would be their role in ensuring all these things? How they can support you? You can put in Q&A section. No, you can form a committee of parents if you want. Committee of parents and teachers. So if you want to ensure all these things which I have mentioned in this case study, it can be done with the help of this committee. They'll ensure that the all these things are monitored and implemented throughout the year, and also assess the improvement uh, towards the end. So this is one thing. The other is the committee of, again, it's a case study. So there's a member of school management committee. They have to make the community people aware of the POXO Act 2012, which is Protection of Child from Sexual Offences Act 2012. So the four things, the four agenda they have to cover is understanding what is POXO and reporting protocols. The school management has to understand it. Management committee, recognizing sign of child sexual abuse, promoting child safety and preventive measures, building support and network. So once they'll understand it, the agenda is to implement this in the community with the parents. So what do you think, how school management committee can do this? So if you have formed a committee, they are being empowered, and they have this knowledge, they are being trained for these four agendas. Now they have to implement and train the parents and community members how they can do it. Okay, so some of the things which they can do is the SMC can ensure and that they are talking about POXO by going and doing door-to-door campaign. They can create awareness related to safety and supportive environment and how parents can do it, and also conduct regular reviews for teachers, train teachers, conduct student sensitization workshop to ensure that these things are not happening in the school premises, and can also keep parents informed and updated uh, to ensure that these values are imparted in a child at school as well as at home. So these are two case studies which we have covered. Now I'll do a quick summary of what we have covered in today's session. So we have started with engaging a parent. It's crucial for school and student development. And the way to achieve is through engagement. First engagement in the beginning of the year through parent orientation, and throughout engagement with the parent in regular intervals in a planned manner. Then we discussed about some of the parental like ways to understand parents through survey, interview, FGDs, which you can conduct, and then three key strategies to improve parent engagement, that is effective communication, building effective communication, leveraging social media, and building a relationship with the parents. We have covered this, and then we also talked about collaboration with parents and schools, and contribution in child growth, that empowering parent will ultimately leads to the child growth. And also parents should feel part of school, and they should be their say in school's decision making to ensure that there's this effective outcome. So this is what we have covered in today's webinar. So moving on, I would like to share one of the Vartna's programs. So we have Vartna Unlock books with us. This program is designed to assist a student in developing basic literacy and numeracy, and it can be used as a supplementary in the learning process during the curriculum, or can also be used as a book for summer vacation for doing the remedial learning of the student. These are some of the elements. It's in book format. It follows 5E model suggested by NCRT, and it covers a different grade content as it's remedial in nature. And it also has specific guides for teachers to guide through inbuilt assessment for parents, and it's available in Hindi and English language. So if you are interested, you can let us know through the feedback form. We'll share these books to you. The other program which we have with us are some of the Vardhana's partner, that is Lead School and CAN. Lead School is a integrated innovative tech-based learning solution. They also have various interesting ways to engage parents effectively. They have their own ERP system, and they also work on a lot of parent-teacher engagement. Then there's CAN. It's a portable multimedia computer with a data with a projector. So this you can use this to build the repository for your school. So if you're interested in this program, any of these programs which I've mentioned, you can reach out to us on this, or you can also contact us on this number given here.